One thing I'm going to teach you about me very early on is I say no quite often. And the reason why I say no is because I have a gorgeous 4.5-year-old little boy that likes to take candy before dinner or buy the most expensive toy off the shelf, and mama says no. Just like in this video, I'm going to say no. It is not realistic to make $200 to $300 a day doing food delivery services. Now, I am not saying that to be mean to the fellow gig tubers who make those videos. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But to start off, for those that do not know, my name is Ash, and I am a gig worker here in Montreal, Quebec, and I do food delivery services for Uber Eats, for DoorDash, for Skip the Dishes, and even sometimes I'll throw Instacart a bone and do some food delivery services. Now, within my experience, which is about 1.5 to 2 years doing food delivery services, I can say comfortably that about 3 times have I ever made $200 a day in less than 8 hours. And that is realistic. Now, unfortunately speaking, a lot of these videos about how to make $200 or $300 a day doing food deliveries, the reason why you see those pop off is because there is a lot of delivery drivers that will go on YouTube and search how to make $200 a day doing food deliveries, how to make $300 a day doing Uber Eats. And those videos rank in search, which are making those videos really stand out. Unfortunately speaking, it's not exactly realistic because there is something that these fellow gig tubers are not doing that needs to be done, which can make the difference, which is actually showing the hours worked. So and I will say this, I don't watch a lot of them, so I can't even say if they're actually doing that per se or not. But I will say this, in an 8-hour span, I make anywhere between $80 to $140 in my market. The only way you're going to bust through $200 in my market is doing the shifts my brother does, which is he's working 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. on top of already working a full 40-hour work week. So on his days off, that's what he does. Now, my brother covers the graveyard shift because the way I'm going to verbate this so that YouTube is happy with me, our regular nighttime users have food cravings, and sometimes, you're a little dazed out, so you tip a little bit more, and there's a lot more influx of orders. But for myself, if I'm going to be realistic, I am a woman and I want to be at home with my kid, and as well, there are some fear factors of going out in those nighttime hours. I don't do those nighttime hours, so I secure the daytime. Is it realistically to say that during the daytime in 8 hours that you can secure, including supper time, $200 to $300? Well, I'll let you comment below. If you are securing $200 to $300 every single day in your market, here's what I want you lovelies to do. 1, comment below what market are you in. And 2, comment below what time slots do you cover. Because this way, if others are learning how to potentially make $200 to $300 a day doing food delivery, they're catching it more or less from the market and the time, and maybe that can help them out a little bit more. In my market, it's just not feasible. Doing a shift that's 8 hours and trying to secure that income is extremely difficult. I'm not saying it can't happen. This video is all about being realistic. So realistically speaking, I'm going to say it doesn't happen. But if you're going over 12-hour shifts, then yes, I do think you can secure over 200. I just don't know how much in the 200. Now, another reason why it is unrealistic to secure that amount of money doing food delivery services is because of just that, the market. If you're in a market that a lot of people aren't doing orders, if you're in a market that's a lot more rural, it could be a lot more harder to hit your target. I know for a fact that my targets were hit to $200 per day, the 3 times, was because of the incentives from DoorDash giving $6 or $7 peak pay, or Uber Eats giving a quest that was actually beneficial. All of that has gone down the drain. They do not offer those as much in my market anymore, and the market in general is a lot more quiet. And I can't blame people. It's not that the pandemic really hurt us. It's more after the pandemic that these restaurants are experiencing it. Between inflation costs and nobody wanting to work, it's not as realistic to make that money doing food deliveries anymore. Let's talk about the thing I was just talking about now, the whole money aspect. Do I expect to make $200 or $300 off basically tips alone? No. If it wasn't for these companies helping out when they did for me to make that $200 a day, I can't make that money realistically off of tips anymore, because my clients are paying service fees, delivery fees, whatever type of fees, and additionally on top of that, ordering your food. You want a burger that you can get at the restaurant for $4? Hey, you want it off Uber Eats? It's $6.50 for your burger. You're paying at least 20 to 25% more for the cost of that food item. So these customers much rather go to the restaurant. And to be honest, I don't blame them. It's not an ideal situation to go into food delivery services expecting to be making $200 to $300. But again, if you are making that in your area, I think that's awesome. And I want you to comment below what market you're in and what time do you do your food delivery services at. This way we can all kind of learn from one another and see if it's more realistic. I'm excited to see the comments to see if this is something that people are achieving, but I can unproudly say, if unproudly is a word, not proudly, we'll figure that out in the comments too, that no, I am not making that amount of money, and I don't think it's realistic when it comes to food delivery services.